Annetta, it's great to see you, and you see wages going up. Is that right?
That's right. So, I think the message from Powell today is going to be that, look, we're certainly, winning the inflation battle on several fronts. We're winning on the supply chain front, commodity front, housing not quite yet, but we can point to something, that suggests in the future housing will slow. But there is that last remaining piece of inflation, which is services ex housing. And Powell reminded us last week that that's 50% of the core PCE basket. And that's very closely tied to the labor market and to wages. And thus far, we haven't seen any improvement on that front. If anything, wages seem to be moving in the wrong direction again.
And when you say wrong direction, everyone else goes, well, what's wrong? If we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8%, wage gains in some cases. And is the argument, Annetta, that that is ultimately going to push inflation higher? And if so, when?
So it doesn't necessarily push it higher, but it sort of embeds that last, say, 3.5, 4 percentage points of inflation and makes it very, very difficult to break through that barrier. So I'm fully on board with the idea that inflation will slow to about 4%. I'm skeptical that without sort of breaking labor demand and reducing it substantially, that we'll be able to break that 4% inflation floor. So at some point as it plateaus, I think it might become clear that, that again, the labor market is sort of creating that floor. And speaking of wages, obviously we've seen some increases last month plus upward revisions. Those wage increases were corroborated by some other data sources, the Atlanta Wage Tracker. If you look at the New York Fed's expectations of household income, they actually accelerated sharply in the last 2 months to new cycle highs. And that's partly driven by the coming Social Security COLA adjustments, but there's some upward drift in wage expectations as well. And I think as we get into January, which is typically when companies make those year-end comp adjustments and cost of living adjustments, there's a very good chance that we see further upward pressure on wages.
And it's fascinating the way that the COLA is now kind of the new wage price spiral that we might have seen, from organized labor back in the 70s. Putting all that to the side, though, and looking at the wage piece, is it possible that the Fed goes, you know what, we'll take 4% CPI and we'll take 6% wages because that sounds better than, hitting our 2% target and triggering a recession as a result?
I could see some on the FOMC arguing that. I doubt Powell will be on board with that because obviously he's worried about his legacy. And we know, we've seen this movie before. We know how it ended when the Fed sort of was willingly tolerating higher inflation. And if the market sniffs this out, right, that the Fed sort of implicitly says we're okay with 3 or 4% inflation, then we have to reprice break evens. And that means that we could de-anchor the long end of the Treasury curve. So I just don't think that's a risk worth taking. It certainly wouldn't be productive in any way. I think it could actually be counterproductive to their objectives.
And if that's the case, then right now you think the market, what do you think the market is saying, that we are going to go back down to 2%? Because I'm seeing forecasts now easily of 2-3% inflation numbers in the back half of next year. Is that doable?
I think it's difficult. I think, a lot of folks still in the market sort of view this inflationary episode as a supply shock that just took a little bit longer to resolve than initially expected. And certainly if you believe in the supply side sort of, drivers of this shock, then it makes sense to conclude that inflation will normalize. I think demand played a very significant role. It's clearly still well above pre-pandemic levels in goods and services and even in the labor market. And so it's just hard to envision kind of how we restore the demand supply balance in the labor market in particular without actually putting some downward pressure on demand. And again, haven't seen much signs of that yet.